Alright, I can see what the Nets are trying to do with Ben as the hub and bringing in D'Lo to handle the rock when he's out there, but there's still continuity issues on offense. It got too sticky more times than not, and a lot of it was from the Lakers' interior defense because they were consistently packing the paint or having players show on drives, so it just became a turnover fiesta for the Nets in the first half. They could not connect on those passes inside and on those passes outside, or they just kept losing the rock from all the bodies they were running into, so all those turnovers just compounded for the Lakers to play with pace. If anything, their defense was their best source of offense, because the Nets' interior defense in the half court was probably just as good besides the fouls from deep, but they got to avoid a lot of it off their stops, and if it wasn't a run out, it was just Austin getting downhill every time. The Nets were reading everything, but he was always rejecting those screens quick, so they couldn't keep up with him whenever he turned the corner, and their adjustment was to start aggressively hedging in the third. They got to limit him more in that quarter, but it was more about their aggressiveness in all aspects defensively, so they got to play with way more pace compared to earlier off their stops, and once they made it a game, it really came down to a bucket for a bucket the entire fourth. I didn't even think they'd have a chance of winning because their half court didn't look good, and more importantly, they don't have an identity right now, but this quarter showed why they brought in D'Lo. He's gonna be their go-to when the game slows down, and they surprisingly kept up with the Lakers throughout because they were finally generating good looks from deep on their paint touches, either taking players off the dribble or in their SNRs, so they got into a nice rhythm. They even had a chance to win in the end when they got stops in those last 2 minutes, so D'Lo had multiple opportunities to take the lead and even call game to get his revenge, but unfortunately, he just couldn't capitalize. I give them credit for at least putting themselves in that position because the Lakers have an identity, so they knew exactly who they were going to, and it's not easy to match their closers, especially at the crib. If the rock is in Braun or Austin's hands, they're going to create something for themselves, each other, or the others, and both of them damn near contributed to every single point of the quarter. The most impressive part was all of them were on straight buckets, and most of those were tough jumpers before that final lob, so this was a real shot-making exhibition. Just watch the tape.
Finish it! Finish it!